stock in the further development of Sir Alonzo, and I really owe her that respect, and always will, render her that respect to, and in respect to me, for helping me navigate this city.
Well, you've had some good mentors because you got Professor Bazemore. You've got I don't want to give her credit in the open like this. Power words, I'm saying, because I don't want to go to her head and use it against me. But you got Charlene, Lady Jenkins, Lady J.
Oh, most definitely. Charlene, Lady J.
Is she still there?
Something
is she still there?
Is she there?
Is she still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, she heard. She actually heard what I said.
Yeah, she did. Pastor, stop being messy, man.
I apologize.
Pastor
Queen, help me out.
A man of very few words, and the few words that he says will resonate.
Thank God.
Lady J, actually, and I do have to give a great big round of applause and stand up and take off my hat.
Okay. Here we go.
Pastor, you need one of those machines that does the applause thing.
You're absolutely correct. Matter of fact, I need sponsors too. I need T-shirts. I need the whole thing. If I had some of Lady J's followers, or should I say, I often would say worshipers, I'd probably be okay. Is she still there? Is she there?
She's there.
She's mighty quiet.
But she's been an inspiration to me and my life since I've known her. She's advocated for me. She's talked up for me. She's actually one of the ones that sat down to research me when all the other people that I've introduced myself here, or they've introduced themselves to me, because I want to reiterate that I've never set out to meet anybody in the city. I was introduced to everyone that I know, and they introduced me to their friends, and they introduced me to their friends, and here I am in the middle of the Republican Central Committee as the de facto consultant to the entire slate of candidates that were running off of the GOP Central Committee.
And that's fantastic.
Even though they had no idea who I was, because they just were going off of my word at that point. Actually, they were really going off of my word, because I never even told them what I do and who I was and who I worked for. And they just surely got the common sense guy. They got the guy that can come up with an answer in 2.2 seconds and fix it in 5 minutes.
I'm a witness to that.
That's who
let me ask you this question, because we kind of edgy over here on the Elevation Radio 1. So the question I want to ask you, it's coming. The question I want to ask you is, when you say the entire Republican slate, can you actually name some of these characters? I mean, these candidates?
Yes, I can. Starting with Shannon Wright, Pastor Shannon Wright of the Baltimore. She's the chairwoman of the Baltimore Central Committee. I consulted her campaign and directly consulted her on a daily basis for the past probably year and a half. Mr. Giovanni Patterson, he was running for city council president. It's funny how I met Mr. Giovanni. I was on Facebook one night, probably at 12:30, 1 o'clock, maybe even a little bit later, and Mr. Giovanni had put up a post where it could have actually synced his campaign in the first 5 minutes of its opening.
What did it say?
Oh, I'm not going to go there, but, he was just having fun. He was just having fun with his wife. I think they were celebrating another friend's anniversary or birthday. I'm not too sure. But the fun didn't match the campaign, so I took a step forward when nobody else would, and I consulted Mr. Patterson on the perils of that video staying online and what it would potentially or could potentially do to his candidacy. He saw it my way. He took it down. He immediately made me an administrator of his account, and he called me the second day to bring me out. He paid my consultant fee and my travel expenses, which was actually, on a sliding scale. I really don't like working on a sliding scale, but, sometimes we have to.
Okay.
And from there,
and
Mr. Bonner got in contact.
He got I was going to say, I know he did not win this time
as well. No,
yeah.
He did not win.
But how much of the vote did he get?
He got a nice percentage of the vote. The last time I checked, I think it was somewhere around 20-something, 100 votes, over 2,000 something votes that he might have got, maybe a little bit more. And yeah, so he did garner a respect of a vote. He garnered over the amount of votes that we have registered Republicans in the city.
He got his name out there also, and he's actually primed, or would be primed for another. By the time it comes around again, they would know his name. They would, know. He's got himself set for it. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has himself set up for the next election cycle. Yes, he does.
Thanks to you, seeing his Facebook post, he would have got nothing. Okay, let's make that clear. Okay, and so the whole Michelle Andrews, is that true?
Michelle Andrews, Chris Anderson, Dr. Michael Nolet, Brendan Joyner L, Eugene Boykai, David Marshall Wright, and and the list goes on.
Wow, you should be sitting right now financially secure with all those Republicans.
Well, I am. Not because of them, though.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's back it up here. When you say not because of them, is that did somebody miss a payment?
Let's just say I wasn't paid my worth. And let's just say I wasn't even paid in respect what my category or catalog of work would negate me to be paid. No, I wasn't. And somebody still does have an outstanding balance. Yes, they do.
Lord have mercy.
Because let me just also point out that they really didn't know the power of what I could bring to the table. They didn't do their research of that. What happens is they listened to me and my story, and they clamped down on a portion of my story where I battled drug addiction.
Oh.
And so they said, "Wow, okay, so maybe we can use this." To say that, he's not nobody, he's never done anything before. He's just a little boy from Brooklyn that's trying or aspiring to make it. What little do they know, I consulted people such as Sean Combs and Sean Carter, and I've worked with people such as, Puffy. Yeah, I've worked and consulted people such as Lloyd Blankfein, former CEO of Goldman Sachs, and I have in my corner people like Reginald Van Lee, former executive vice president of Booz Allen Hamilton, current chief transformation officer at the Carlyle Group. I have people like Sylvia Rowan and of Elektra Records formerly, and people like hold on one second.
So. Okay, so
calling me every day to consult with me on how to move their companies forward.
Let me stop you here for a second, Lady J.
Yes,
Is
sir.
she there? Okay.
Here.
Has this ever happened to you where people maybe don't know your whole story, and they from what I hear from what Sir Alonzo was saying is that they heard what they wanted to hear that could actually help them to move them forward, and they didn't hear anything else. They selective hearing. Okay, and then they, matter of fact, because when I've met Sir Alonzo, he doesn't. He's not like wearing a crown on his head saying, "I am Sir Alonzo, King of all media." Just like a regular guy.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
you kind of passing by, and so I'm just saying that. Have you experienced that situation as a progressive media consultant, media queen yourself? That folks just kind of. Do these Republican candidates pay you at all? Like they're supposed to pay Sir Alonzo?
Well, so what happens is they really didn't have the money to pay me well, they did have the money to pay me, but I still want to be, kind of fair. They didn't know who I was. They didn't actually understand the jewel that they had, or I could call myself. I like to call myself a secret weapon because a lot of people, like you said, will walk past me and I can get into a conversation and know somebody for months, maybe years, and never, ever, ever tell them, my past or who I've worked for or who I know or what my Rolodex looks like. And, and that might be during a call from Kayleigh McEnany at the White House. You never know,
you never.
My mother always told me, she said, boy, she said, it's not in what you do, it's how you do it. She said, don't ever explain your life. Let your life and let your walk explain itself. So that means let your walk line up with your talk, and it'll explain it on its own. And I like
that. Can you say it again? Can you say it again? Just say it a little slower, because I want to make sure that I remember it and everybody else hears it.
My mom says, let your walk match up with your talk, and your life will explain itself.
Good God Almighty!
So
I like that.
Words
your mom is hot.
Own mouth. Yeah, my mom, she keeps me on point. She's so that means let your yes be yes, your no be no, and let your explanation of who you are. Let the example of your life be the explanation of who you are.
Power of words. In the old school, they would say, right in the corner where you are. Lady J would probably might say that. You change, agent. I mean, was that your voice? Did I get your voice right? Lady J.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. Okay.
No.
Oh, hold on a second. I feel that the room is shifting against me. Hold on a second. Queen?
Yes.
Queen? Okay.
I'm here.
I feel that there's a coup going on here, and I want to make sure that you have my back.
I have your back, but I got to keep it real.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Hey, First Lady.
It's not like two.
Praise the Lord.
It's not like two New Yorkers.
Alonzo.
Oh my God. Okay.
How you doing?
All right.
I'm well.
Awesome.
Okay, this is I see a northeast coup coming against me here. I got Philadelphia and New York's against me. But anyway,
no.
But the power of words suggest to me is very simple. It doesn't matter. The perception is, can you do the job of what I'm asking you to do? When people ask me as a musician, music, can you come out and play on-call organist? And I say yes. They say, okay, power words. Okay, great. Well, the service starts at so-and-so, and they're ready to hang the phone up. We're like, wait a minute, hold a second. We have not negotiated. Come out. Power words.
Yeah.
So now, how much are you asking? Well, how much are you? What are you asking to do, and how much are you offering? Because sometimes I discovered, Sir Alonzo, that I'm not on your level, but I'm on a basic level. That sometimes if you don't say your price beforehand, and you hear what they have to say, power of words, you may get more because I wouldn't even think about that much. Okay, great, fantastic. we can pull it off. God bless you. And here's my. Can you sign the contract before I come in the agreement? because church folk don't like the word, pastors don't like the word contract.